Hey, and good Friday morning, everybody. Meteorologist Greg Majeski back with you here in the North Georgia First Alert Weather Center with a special video update here on the expected severe weather we're going to see in our area. Coming in tonight, it looks like after 6 o'clock as we're going to watch a line of showers and thunderstorms that'll be progressing through Tennessee and through Alabama coming into tonight. Now, where this is coming from is I'm showing you right now the radar over there is coming out of Oklahoma and Texas. That's some of that initial energy. And as it progresses from west to east, and we get that daytime heating, we got a pretty moist, buoyant air mass out ahead of this thing across the southeast. We're going to fire up some additional thunderstorms, and looks like damaging winds are going to be the biggest threat for this thing for today. So that's where we're currently getting the thunderstorms there across Arkansas and into Oklahoma. But let's go ahead and break this down. Let's talk about what we're expecting here across our region of Georgia for today. So here is your big picture. This is your latest outlook here from the Storm Prediction Center. Notice we got that enhanced area from Kentucky all the way back toward Texas, and it does kind of clip parts of northwest Georgia there as this line begins to push from west to east. So let me go ahead and zoom in a little bit closer here. We're going to kind of talk about the cities that are in the enhanced area and who is in that slight risk. So when you see this kind of thing, when I see this, what this shell tells me is we got a line of storms that are going to be pretty strong coming into the northwest portion of the state, but they're going to start weakening as they move across our areas. Now, areas up to the northwest, we're talking about Chickamauga, we're talking about Lafayette, Summerville, Cave Springs, near the Dalton area. This whole area up in here is on the enhanced area. The slight risk, that includes Clayton, Helen, Dahlonega, over toward Canton, Adairsville, Cartersville, Kennesaw, Dallas. That whole northwest section here is under that slight risk, and then the marginal out ahead of there includes most of metro Atlanta, obviously heading over toward Athens, Elberton, and heading up to Royston, so Hartwell. Those will be the marginal. So it'll be weakening as it moves across the area. So let's talk about the categorical breakdowns. Obviously, when you see a lot of thunderstorms, you wonder, oh, what's the tornado threat going to be like? How's that going to be? It's low, but not zero. So areas here, again, on that enhanced zone up here, up across the northwest section, we'll have to be watchful on that. It's not unusual when you get a squall line, you might get a weak tornado, EF0, maybe EF1, that might possibly spin up along that line. But right now it's running low, about 2% here for today. And that's going to stretch it basically from Kentucky all the way back down toward Texas here for this afternoon. The biggest threat's going to be that wind threat. That's going to be quite substantial, running about 30%. So that area, again, that's in that enhanced zone is 30%. The slight risk, that's 15%. So we're talking winds greater than 60 to 70 miles per hour potentially as the line of thunderstorms enters the state and it begins to weaken moving off toward the east. So we'll probably see a few severe thunderstorm warnings, potential tornado warnings up across the northwest sections, especially. Right now the timing looks like about 6 o'clock, and I'll show you the latest on that here in just 1 second. Hail threat is low, but it's not too bad. I'm thinking nickel, quarter-size hail potentially, probably a lot of pea-size hail with this initially, but looking at 5% there in the brown zone here for heading in toward tonight. So today's not going to be looking too bad. Most of the day will be pretty good. Mostly sunny, partly sunny, maybe a few scattered afternoon thunderstorms, but the main rain threat will be coming in tonight, and then we got another round of rain going in for tomorrow. In fact, tomorrow we do have a marginal risk for everybody here across North Georgia, but no significant severe weather expected as this thing finally begins to clear on out. We got an upper level low that's kind of going to get stuck here across the middle of the country, two upper level lows actually, kind of a weird oddity setup here, but this will clear out as we go into Sunday morning. All right, let's go ahead and talk about the model data. Let's go ahead and get that up here real quick. We'll talk about what we're expecting with the timing on this system as I go ahead and pull that up here. And again, we're watching that complex of storms here across Arkansas and Oklahoma, back over here, right? So this is going to continue to move off in this direction. We got a juicy air mass here, so this stuff's going to fire up some additional thunderstorms here, especially as we go into the late afternoon hours. So let me take this forward here and show you by the time we get to 1 o'clock, really not looking that bad by 1 o'clock. We've got a few scattered showers here across Georgia, but nothing too bad in here just yet. But as we go into the prime heating, get in that late afternoon hours, as we head toward 5 o'clock here, you can see a pretty nasty line of showers and thunderstorms here on this, showing that what the reflectivity should look like on a radar. So we got a pretty good line of storms moving on through here. We are going to have some scattered showers and storms out ahead of this thing before it ever arrives. And then as we go into after 6 o'clock, looks like by the time we get to 6, that's where it's moving into that northwest corridor, and then 7 kind of moving on in here. So I'm going to go in a little bit closer here, and you can kind of get an idea what this is going to look like coming across our area. So there's the northwest Georgia, showing those lines coming on in. Pretty intense there, 8 o'clock. Look at that, coming out near, looks like near the Blue Ridge area, coming back out toward the south, toward Summerville. And this will start to move on. But notice the intensity of the coloration. It begins to diminish here a little bit. Notice it's starting to come down, not quite as intense as we go toward 11 and midnight. So it begins to move from west to east. So again, the areas there, I would say from Georgia 400 off to the west, that's going to be the main concern here, but this will begin to weaken as it moves off toward the east. And then this thing's going to linger a bit. We'll have some rain that's going to linger going into Saturday with some more thunderstorms. So kind of a stormy night across North Georgia, but the prime time for severe weather looks like between, say, 6 and 11 for tonight. That's what it looks like here, at least looking at the latest high-resolution model data. So what you folks need to do today, especially if you're anywhere across North Georgia, as precautionary, make sure you got your trash cans secure. Make sure you got your lawn furniture. I know we've been doing a lot of spring stuff, getting ready for outdoor activities. Make sure you secure all that stuff today and be ready to go over that. Make sure you have your weather apps ready to go for tonight. Your weather radios also as well. As we'll be watching this storm system coming at us again. Right now, all those thunderstorms and all those heavy rains are back over toward Oklahoma and Arkansas. And we're going to get our chance at it a little bit later today. I wish the weekend was a little bit better, but it looks like Saturday's going to be a bit of a washout, but Sunday's definitely looking better. I think we clear out Sunday. Might see a few morning showers on Sunday, but the rest of the weekend not looking bad. All right, I might do another video update here later this afternoon to keep you updated. We have my full forecast coming your way a little bit later this afternoon as normal, but it might do a special one of these as well. I'm going to make contact with Facebook and see if they can possibly turn on my live earlier. I've been asking for it since I had to relaunch this new page. All right, that's y'all's video update. You guys take it easy. We'll talk to you later today. Have a great day. Bye-bye.